Ito ang DWWD 1134 kHz. Balita, impormasyon at musika. AM at FM pinagsama. Ito ang Katropa Radio. Iba tayo.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa 1134 kHz. DWDD Katropa Radio. Iba tayo. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz. Katropa Radio. Iba tayo.
Minsa'y isang aklat lang ang iyong dala. Minsa'y wala naman pero papasok pa. Kahit anong mangyari ay tuloy-tuloy ka lang. Basta't kami mayroong natututunan. Minsan ay kay saya ng iyong pagtuturo. Minsa'y nakakatakot pag mainit ang ulo. Ngunit kahit ano pa ang ugali mo, basta't kami tiyak na natututo. O guru ko, ang iyong tungkulin ay di gawang biro. Ngunit ako'y bilib sa'yo, dahil sa'yo buko't ko'y tumatalino. Minsan sa klase mo ako'y napapagot, dahil kay daming sermon ang inaabot. Ngunit nalaman ko kaya pala ganon, ika'y pangalawang magulang ko. O guru ko, ang iyong tungkulin ay di gawang biro. Ngunit ako'y bilib sa'yo, dahil sa'yo buko't ko'y tumatalino. Ang aral mong dulot sa'kin, puhunan ko sa pagdating ng hamon ng bukas. Aking nararating. O guru ko, ang iyong tungkulin ay di gawang biro. Ngunit ako'y bilib sa'yo, dahil sa'yo buko't ko'y tumatalino. O guru ko, dahil sa'yo buko't ko'y tumatalino.
Good afternoon to all of our listeners here on DWWD Katropa Radio. You are listening to the Voice of the Teachers, the only radio program for teachers, by teachers, and with teachers. Here with me are our master trainer, Gerald Galang.
Hello everyone, blessed afternoon everyone. At 2 oras na naman tayo
Yes.
magtatalakayan. Marami na naman tayo matututunan about personal development and of course yung isang topic, yung newest segment
We are going to be
natin.
launching a new segment this afternoon.
Welcome to the Voice of the Teachers, the show that aims to inform, inspire, and empower our educators from both the formal and the non-formal sectors. Isama na natin pati informal
sector.
Diba?
Yes. And of course, we have our bubbly teacher here, Teacher Jet.
Yes, good afternoon po sa inyong lahat, and I hope you have a very fruitful and happy week ahead.
And of course, the latest addition to our Voice of the Teachers family, who will be hosting the next segment that we will be launching this afternoon, Mr. Jeff Medes.
Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Excited na ako. Mamaya, tutukan niyo po kami dahil siguradong exciting po yung bagong segment natin dito sa Voice of the Teachers.
That's
Correct. Dami
true.
natin matututunan dyan, ha? Uy, ang daming nag-likes doon sa ano mo, ha? Sa post
Oo,
mo.
nakakatawa. Maraming salamat sa mga nag-share. No? Kasi siguro na-excite talaga sila, no? Na may bago silang mapapakinggan, no?
That's
At
correct.
hindi lang yun, hindi lang bago dahil may learning pa, no? Siyempre tayo lahat dito mga educators, so dapat yung mapapakinggan yung something na may mapapakinabangan tayong lahat.
Yes, and we will be learning further kung ano yung ibig sabihin ng sidelines.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I missed our episode last weekend, in fact.
Last week, I wasn't. Were you here last
Wala
weekend?
rin
Sino
po.
nandito
It
last
was
weekend?
si Dr. Ray Samson was here.
Yes.
And Kuya Herman.
And
Yes,
Herman.
and they were the ones who hosted the show, and they talked about.
They talked about yung sa HIV counseling.
Yes.
Yeah.
By the way, si teacher Paul Reyes was also here because as I was driving from Dinulupihan to Pampanga, pati boss yung pinakikinggan ko talagang markado.
Oo.
Oo.
Siya talaga eh, no?
Opo.
Okay, and how about you, Gerald? Kumusta naman yung week mo ngayon?
Very, very busy week. I conducted a company orientation for our newly hired associates. So we refuse to call them employees. Yung president namin gusto niya itawag associates kasi parang
What's the difference?
Partner.
Yes,
diba?
that's
Mas
correct.
partner siya.
In fact, yun na nga yung ginagawa ngayon ng mga even multinational companies. They're considering, they don't even call them agents, they don't even just call them staff. They are partners because they are
Yes.
partners in progress.
Yeah, totoo naman
Yes,
talaga.
because
diba?
if you don't have these employees, you will not have a company that will be growing.
Correct. And in last Wednesday, I hosted the 60th anniversary, the diamond anniversary of Standard Assurance. So 60 years na kami in
One
the
of the
industry.
leading,
The leading
insurance.
we have the
company.
highest rate of capitalization in the industry. So there more than 1,000 of our business partners attended the event. These are when we say partners, yan yung mga car dealers namin accredited sa amin. Lahat ng brands, name it, no, were considered as their insurance partner. And then brokers, the big brokers in the Philippines, accredited with Standard Assurance, agencies or insurance agencies, and even corporate clients. Some of our corporate clients attended the event. Mga presidents, mga CEOs nila, no, mga executive vice presidents, they attended
These
the event.
partners are really very important because without these partners, a company would would have difficulty growing.
Oo naman.
Correct. We would say yung paradigm ngayon is that it was very much unlike maybe a century ago when you have a master, you have the owner of the company na parang sila yung palagi nasusunod.
Yeah.
This time around, you have to consider everyone,
Correct.
including your partners, including your customers. Which brings me to another topic actually. Which brings me to another topic. I'm quite sure you have heard of Sondos Alcatan.
No.
Okay. Sondos Alcatan is a social media influencer based in Kuwait.
Okay.
And she usually does this makeup tutorials.
Makeup, okay.
Makeup tutorials.
Marami yan sa
She's
YouTube.
very popular, especially in the Middle East. Unfortunately, she made a comment regarding the policy of the Philippines.
Okay.
Yes, this
parang
one.
nabalita
Regarding
ko na yan.
the Philippines, regarding the new policy which the Philippine government and Kuwait signed,
Yes.
which requires the employers to surrender the passports of their household helps,
Okay.
domestic helps, to themselves. Kasi this is
Ay, iba pala yung nabalitaan ko.
this is a development after yung nakita nga nating babae na murder which was placed inside the refrigerator.
Demophilis.
Very, very unfortunate. So, apparently, this is not the first time na merong nangyayaring ganon. So, the Philippine government with the president's, we would really say, very, very willful, hindi naman siguro sasabihin natin willful, but with his very, very strong political will, sinabi niya na hindi to dapat mangyari, hindi na dapat to mangyayari sa mga OFWs natin. We have to protect our OFWs. So what he did was that he came up together with Senator, hindi na Senator, Secretary Cayetano.
Alan Peter
Cayetano. They came up with a new policy which requires the employers of our OFWs who will be going to Kuwait to serve as domestic helps na isurrender talaga yung passports nila. And to also provide at least 1 day off per week, which is really just
Dapat lang.
basic human right.
Yeah.
Etong si Sondos Alcatan, nagreklamo siya on Facebook, nagrarant siya. Bakit daw bibigyan ng 1 day off yung mga domestic helps.
The same alam natin.
Yes.
So siya pala yun, no? I
And
thought
then-
she was an actress.
Yes. There was another actress na inimitate yung pronunciation ng Filipino, which also caused another social media storm.
South
But-
Korean.
No, not that one. There was another one. It was actually Egyptian.
Oh.
Yes.
She went to the Middle East, and then when she was in the Middle East, she encountered some Filipino, not domestic help, some Filipino sales ladies. And then she was imitating yung manner of pronouncing daw ng mga Filipino. Hello, ma! It was exaggerated. Of course, it was exaggerated, which did not quite sit well with many Filipinos.
Of course.
So, merong backlash. Ito talaga si Sondos Alcatan, when she ranted on social media na ayaw daw niya sa bagong policy which requires the employers to provide a 1 day off
Yeah.
sa mga OFWs or mga domestic helps, and nagreklam bakit daw gano'n na pareho naman daw yung kinakain, ganito, ganon. So, yung interpretation ng mga tao, ano ba? Anong gusto mo? 24/7 nagtatrabaho yung tao sa'yo? Para
Inhumane,
namang slaves.
ano?
Para namang slaves yung mga tao, yung treatment mo sa mga domestic help.
It only shows mababang tingin talaga nila.
And then the second one is that she said, ayaw daw niyang ibigay yung passport to the employees or to the domestic helps because what if they would be running away?
Correct.
Kasi yun pala sa kanila, parang meron silang binibigay na pera, maybe for finder's fee or parang yung binibigay sa agency.
Okay.
What if lalayas daw yung domestic help? So ayaw niya ng ganon. Sino daw magre-refund sa kanya? Sabi ng mga ibang tao, hindi naman lalayas yung tao kung
okay yung treatment mo sa
kanila. So anyway, what happened was that many of the cosmetics companies withdrew their support from her because she was supposed to be a partner din ng mga Max Factor or MAC, yung mga Maybelline, mga ganong mga cosmetics company. They withdrew their support to her. So nawala na siya ng parang suporta. But she was insistent, ayaw niya na mag-apologize. Kasi ano daw ang point sa pag-apologize niya? So until now, ganun pa rin yung nangyayari sa kanya. Okay. So
good for her.
Yeah. Actually, it was good for her. Parang she released that video early July. Early July. I think July 10 if I'm not mistaken. And until now, marami pa ring backlash na nangyayari.
Matagal yan.
Yeah.
So, mga Pinoy pa, no?
Yun na nga eh. Yung Pinoy, we are the social media capital of the world. That we have been named. Okay, so ang daming nangyayari, and actually not only sa terrestrial world, even in the cyber world, marami din nangyayari. So, Jet, before we proceed, let's now go to our updates.
Yes, so thank you very much, Teacher Bobby and Teacher Gerald. Oh, I have a CHED update. I saw this by accident. So this one. DepEd is set to investigate the current issues of heavy workload and uneven student-teacher ratio among public school teachers. So this is after the pro-teacher groups Alliance of Concerned Teachers, or ACT, and Teachers Dignity Coalition, or TDC, have expressed their concern over teachers' health and well-being being compromised due to exhaustive teaching hours and requirements. So other issues also include the working hours of the teachers and of course student behavior and classroom management. Yes, so yun lang po for DepEd. But for CHED, since wala masyadong update ang CHED for this week, babasahin ko na po uli yung update for this last July 29 for the benefit of everyone else na hindi po nakapakinig. So, unang-una po sa CHED. Okay, members of the Iloilo Startup Founder Circle had their first General Assembly last July 25th in order to meet with officials of Iloilo City, prospective investors, and other innovators as part of their thrust in establishing a startup ecosystem. So, ito po ang kauna-unahan sa ating bansa. So, the members are composed of information technology innovators, entrepreneurs, and practitioners. And CHED is actively supporting this program for technology startups. And the city government and the Iloilo Federation for Information Technology, or IFIT, have also helped these technology entrepreneurs established the Iloilo Startup Founders Circle. So 9 out of the 20 startups are being supported by the Green Technology Business Incubator of Western Visayas State University in Iloilo City together with DepEd and CHED. So kahit paano kasama din ng DepEd po dito. And noong 2 weeks ago din ay nagkaroon ng information caravan sa Universal Access to Quality Tertiary Education Act sa Muntinlupa City. So si CHED OIC Chairperson Dr. Prospero De Vera III reiterated to all participants that the Republic Act would readily benefit indigent tertiary students and their parents due to the subsidy provided by the government for these students to continue their college education without any delays and to eventually let them graduate with a degree without sacrificing their financial and emotional well-being. So that's it. And these updates, including the DepEd, will be posted on our Facebook page, Voice of the Teachers Multimedia. So, wag po kayo atubiling mag-share at mag-like para ang lahat po ay makinabang, lalo na mga teachers natin.
Thank you very much, Teacher Jet.
Thank you too, Teacher Bobby and Teacher Gerald.
You know, maraming nagtatanong bakit tayo dito sa Voice of the Teachers andito sa isang station na sa AFP. Now, I think one of the things that people should understand is that teachers have a very, very big role. Have a very big role in nation building.
Yes.
In the integrity of the nation. It is one of the duties of the teachers to be able to instill nationalism, patriotism among the younger generation of people.
Yeah.
So that's the very reason why you're also fulfilling that role here sa Voice of the Teachers by discussing issues related to teaching and learning, because yung clientele ng mga teachers are the younger generation who will later on become the citizens of our country.
And I'm quite sure na yung mga yung lahat ng mga great men natin, they went through these teachers, di ba? Even yung mga officers natin sa AFP. So without these teachers, we wouldn't be where we are now, di ba?
Yes, and that's the very reason why we're very, very thankful to our station manager, Sir Alwin Maneja, and also the
Group
director.
Commander, no?
Yes.
Group Commander. And si AFP General Carlito Galvaez, Major General Bienvenido Datuin of the Commander Civil Relations Service AFP, Colonel Noel de la Cruz, Chief of Staff, and Captain Aladin Almendras, Deputy Commander of MCAG, or the Media Civil Relations Affairs Group. Kumusta po kayo lahat dyan? Thank you for supporting us.
Okay, so we will now begin with our first segment.
Yes, okay. Umako na tayo sa ating segment. Of course, this segment will be hosted by yours truly, where we feature educators from both the formal and the informal sectors. But before that, allow me to welcome you to TLC. Mag-TLC trivia na muna tayo for this week. Sabi dito, this is according to Suvro's Good Life Tutorials, the future of the mind. Number 1, the concept of personality daw, the word personality, has its origins from a Latin word persona.
Yes, and you might not have remembered this, Gerald, but a couple of weeks ago, we also had another guest, Sister Vic Asuncion. And his company is called Persona Power.
Yeah.
And he also talked about the term persona.
Yes, yes. Ang ibig sabihin pala ng interestingly enough, ang ibig sabihin pala ng persona is mask, no? Maskara pala siya, no? So parang ano ba to? Ang mask, when we say mask ba, you put on it kasi pagkailangan mo siya.
Well,
are you trying to hide something? Ganon? Hindi ba yun ang tunay na ikaw?
Well,
why is it called a mask?
Well, because we will be able to notice that we have different personas depending on sino yung audience natin. We might look or we might be perceived as somebody or having this particular character depending on sino yung kausap natin. Kausap natin or who is in front of us.
But is it still the real you?
I think it's just like looking at a diamond. We look at a particular subject from different angles.
Different facet. No?
Yes. So parang ganun na rin yung issue ng term na persona. Because when we look at a particular person, we look at it from a particular angle. And we see that particular person, yung image niya, based on the angle where we're looking at that person.
Yes,
But we will be able to know the person better, or very, very much better, as we would be able to have maybe a 360, hindi lang 360 degree. Kung pangkalahatan talaga yung makikita mo sa tao.
Yes. So, yun nga, sasabi, it's a mask daw, no? So, is it really you? Mamaya, our experts will be the one who will address that, no? Personality refers to how each of us appears in front of others and across different social situations, tulad nga sabi mo kanina, di ba? Number 3, personality is what sets us apart. It includes, but is not limited to, the exterior. That is, whether we have a pleasing presence, whether we come across as being unkempt and ugly, or well-groomed and decent, di ba? Whether we come across as being boors, or brilliant, or bright. I remember, I used to watch yung America's Next Top Model. Are you familiar with that? There's this contestant who always claims that she is authentic, real, di ba? Hindi siya plastic, gano'n. Sinasabi niya lagi, no? And because of that, para makita mo, napaka abrasive, outspoken, medyo abrasive na yung the way she says things, no? Ang tingin ng ibang tao sa kanya, she comes across as someone who's phony, who's fake. Even Tyra Banks and the other judges, yun ang tingin sa kanya. Hindi niya alam gano'n ang tingin sa kanya. All the while, she thought she was coming across as someone who's real.
I'm quite sure, Trainer Gerald, you remember Johari Window.
Yeah?
Now, if you would be able to remember, there are 4 panels.
Okay.
There's actually one panel in which the public knows, but the person does not know.
Yes.
So, yun yung isa. Okay, so perhaps sobrang laki ng portion na yon sa quadrant na yon na akala niya, alam niya kung sino siya, pero there are actually a lot of things na hindi niya alam about herself.
Ayun, mamaya pag-usapan natin siguro yan, ano? And then, we are born with some innate attributes and characteristics. However, there's much that we can develop and nurture. Our voice, the physical properties, is determined by birth. Wala na tayong magagawa doon.
Yes.
But how we speak or the tone is something that we can develop. Oo nga naman. Similarly, our looks are what we are born with, but how we dress, clean and neat attire, ganyan, papagwapo ka, napapaganda ka, and whether we have clean habits, a well-groomed personality, which does not mean wearing designer clothes, ha? And the pleasing one are what we can work on and develop. Yun ang pwede mong baguhin sa sarili mo. Pero yung pinanganak ka na ganito mukha mo, ay, wala ka na magagawa, yan na yun, no?
Meron pa. Salamat po, Doktor.
Nga, no? Nowadays, lahat posible na. Number 5, personality is interactive. That is, it not only depends upon what we think of ourselves, but depends upon how others sees us. So, di ba? Hindi pwedeng kung ano lang tingin mo sa sarili mo, tingnan mo rin kung anong tingin ng tao sa'yo. Di ba?
That's actually one of the topics which many leadership coaches, leadership trainers look into.
Yeah.
Yung self-consciousness,
Correct.
self-awareness.
Self-awareness.
Self-awareness. It's very, very important for one person to be able to know his or her strengths and weaknesses.
Correct.
Parang environmental scanning din.
Tama. And number 6, we want to be seen as possessing, ito gusto natin, na ang tingin sa atin na tao, we possess these certain traits. Responsible tayo, responsibility, punctuality, capability, dependability, and as having powerful or pleasing personalities across different social situations. Number 7, we generally want the identity which we present in front of others to be accepted or admired or liked by others. Of course, sino ba may ayaw nun, di ba? Personality can be viewed as a triadic structure composed of, number 1, the individual, pangalawa, the everyday realities like work, studies, jobs, careers, families, and friends, and the larger questions tulad ng purpose of life, who and what matters, etc., etc. And number 9, humor, wit, and presence of mind are worthy companions in the journey of personality development. Oo nga naman, di ba? Who doesn't love someone who's humorous and witty at matalino, di ba? Okay, masarap kasama nga naman yung mga ganon. In relation to our TLC trivia, our topic for today's segment is about the heart of personal development, the 6 essential keys to self-fulfillment. It's based on her book, yung guest natin, entitled, You Can Do It, the 6 Keys to Personal Development. To talk about this book are my guests. I'm proud to introduce them. Author, managing director, corporate trainer, and motivational speaker of Great Learnings and Beyond. Anong kumpanya yun? It's a management consultancy firm. Miss Giselle Legaspi Barion. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon.
Miss Giselle.
Good afternoon. Miss
Welcome to the
Giselle.
Voice of
Thank
the
you for
Teachers.
inviting us.
Napakaganda, no? She looks like a model.
Oh my God, grabe naman.
You come across as a
Salamat.
model. Yeah. And of course, with her, the other half, no, her husband, Chief HR and Learning Officer from Great Learnings and Beyond, Mr. Ryan Barion.
Good afternoon, and thank you for inviting us this afternoon.
Thank you very much for accepting our invitation. Sige, pag-usapan natin yung libro niyo. I'm proud of, I really like this book, no? Mukhang madadagdag ko yung mga matututunan ko dito.
Sa collection mo.
Yeah, sa collection ko. And just sa module ko. Kasi we have, we're conducting this, I might get you one of these days.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Yeah. I'm conducting a customer service workshop. And part kasi ng customer service workshop is about your personality, di ba?
Okay.
Ayun, first question ko nga pala. Before we talk about your book, is there a difference between personality development and personal development, or is it one and the same?
Personal is more of macro.
Macro.
When you talk about personal development, ang ganda nga ng pagkaka-research mo kanina. I was listening to you, well-researched si Gerald, very good.
I prepared.
You really prepared. I just wanted to delete lang the A kasi sabi persona,
Yes,
but it's
sige.
more of the mask.
The mask, oo nga.
Personal development is more of person-centered. Person-centered intervention.
Okay.
So the development would focus on the inside out of a person.
Inside out.
Inside
okay.
out. Towards what? Towards self-fulfillment. Now, when you talk about personality, on the other hand, it's actually part of personal development.
It's part of personal
Yes.
development.
Personality could be yung image,
Yeah.
the way you project
The
yourself.
way you dress up,
Yes.
no? Yung mga etiquette,
Yung mga
dining etiquette, no?
correct.
Yeah.
But personal is more of, it's more than just simply personality because you also talk about self-awareness. It's
Okay.
getting to know who you are, what your purpose are, your values, your goals.
Okay. So,
Those-
mas malawak
yes,
siya.
mas malawak siya.
And I think this is also somehow related to yung self-actualization. If we go to
Right.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs,
Yeah.
yung topmost
Yes,
level.
yes, yes.
So,
Self-actualization ba?
self-actualization.
So, for the benefit of our listeners, what do you mean by self-fulfillment?
Pag sinabi mo
Pag sinabi
kasi,
self-fulfillment, ano yun?
it depends on the definition of the person. Kasi some people would find self-fulfillment as fulfillment in your career.
Okay.
Pwedeng yung iba naman, fulfillment in terms of family.
Okay.
Yung iba naman fulfillment in terms of achieving their dreams. Whatever that could be. That could be
Okay.
simply traveling lang all over the world or doing their advocacy. Depende kung paano nila i-define ang self-fulfillment.
So hindi kailangan lahat ng areas na yon.
Oo, hindi siya cast in stone.
Okay,
Oo.
okay. O, sige.
Which also means-
Yeah.
Yes, whatever whatever makes you feel fulfilled at heart. That is
Okay.
self-fulfillment.
Yung maaring sa work na meet mo na yung mga yung goal mo, pero hindi mo feel na fulfilled ka,
Yes.
hindi pa rin yun, no?
Oo.
hindi pa rin yun talaga.
It should touch the heart kasi pasama self-fulfillment.
Oo. I don't know if you can relate this with people na yung sumunod lang sa gusto ng magulang when they took these courses.
Exactly.
Tapos
Oo.
naging successful naman sila, pero they're not happy with what they have
Right.
achieved.
With their decisions.
Naghahanap pa rin sila talaga ng iba.
It's true.
Oo.
Oo.
Bumabalik sila doon sa first love nila talaga.
Right.
So is that what is it?
Yes,
What is it?
oo. Kasi part ng personal development, yung getting to know yourself eh.
Okay.
Yung kikilalanin mo kung what is your purpose and what is your dream.
Yeah.
Meaning, ano ba yung dream mo of a desired future?
Correct,
That's
correct.
part of personal development.
Sige, pag-usapan natin yung book niyo.
Sa
No?
book,
What is the book all about? It's entitled You Can Do It, The 6 Keys to Personal Development. Sige, give us a run-through of the 6
Okay.
keys.
Yung 6 keys, kung mapapansin mo, it starts with defining your life purpose. Kumbaga, getting to know yourself better. Why do I exist? Ano ba yung gusto kong i-leave na contribution?
It starts with the why talaga,
It
ano?
starts with the why, di ba? Everything starts with the why. And then, key number 2 dyan is yung painting your desired future. Ano ba yung gusto ko talaga? Ano ba yung magpapaligaya talaga sa akin in the future? But of course, masyadong malawak yun.
Oo.
Masyadong, wow, big word.
Oh, correct. At saka maraming areas yun, di ba?
Exactly. So, meron sagot dyan, mamaya, Gerald.
Sige.
So, sa key number 3 naman, so meron ka ng desired future. Yung key number 3 mo, yung
Examine.
treasure.
Oo, examine
your
your
heart's
heart's
treasures.
Oo.
Ito yung mga values mo na non-negotiables.
Oh.
Yung hindi mo ito trade off. For example, pag nag-apply ka ng job, ito yung hindi mo babaliin just because you want to get that opportunity. Otherwise, hindi ka magtatagal.
Like integrity.
Like
mga
integrity
ganon.
or work-life balance.
balance.
For example, alam mo niyo yung company, medyo hindi sila talaga friendly pagdating sa oras and you still push through with it.
Correct.
Diba? Hindi ka magtataka kung ba't yung taong hindi nagtagal.
Yes.
Kasi itong taong to, pinaprioritize ang work-life balance because yung weekend is the only time with the
Correct.
family.
Oo.
So yung mga ganon. And then, yung key number 4 naman, ito yung turning your goals into milestones. So yung key number 2 mo, sabi mo, paint your desired future.
Correct.
Now, how do you paint your desired future? You make it realistic by means of goals, yung bite sizes, di ba? Parang yung allegory ng elephant, di ba? How do you eat the one elephant? You cut it into bite sizes and you eat it one at a time. Parang ganun din yun, di ba? Parang ganun din yung desired future mo. Bago mo ma-achieve yan, kailangan himayin mo. Di ba? Alimbawa, gusto mong magkaroon ng school or let's say for example, gusto mo magkaroon ng malaking business in the future. So, paano mo ma-achieve yun? Kailangan ngayon pala may mga baby steps ka na. Nag-aaral ka ng mga business courses or you seek for mentors.
Correct.
Or you read a lot of books, etc., etc. So, yun yung turning goals into milestones.
Sana kita mo mahilig ka sa education,
mahilig ka sa education.
magturo.
Oo.
Yeah.
So, or you build your network as early as now.
Yeah, oo.
So, that's number 4, no? Tapos punta na tayo sa number 5, yung key number 5. So, tapos ka na sa internal elements. Ito yung pangkalooban mo, yung self-awareness. Punta ka na ngayon dun sa extrinsic, which is the external. Ito yung external elements. So, napapasok yung key number 5, yung image. So, you build your image. How do you do it? Kung ano yung nasa labas mo, ay nasa loob mo, kailangan mag-reflect yon externally. Kailangan makita yun sa'yo. So, of course, sabi ng iba, paano yung ano mo? Paano yung authenticity? Diba? You have to look good, you have to present yourself this way. Ang authenticity part doon, kasi may nagtanong sa akin na ganyan eh. Ang authenticity part doon, papasok doon sa key number 1 to key number 4. Pag kilala mo na yung sarili mo.
Okay.
Okay, yung panglabas, yung pang key number 5, it's just going to be your alignment. Alignment to the organization where you belong. For example, key number 1 to number 4 mo, alam mong simpleng tao ka lang.
Oo, kaya simple ka manamit.
Mababaw lang yung pangarap mo talaga. Kung masaya ka na sa mga simpleng bagay sa buhay, nakakatulong sa ibang tao, etc. Yung key number 5 mo, pero nagtatrabaho ka sa isang malaking organization eh.
And they're requiring you to be in corporate attire.
Exactly, to dress the part.
Yeah.
So you have to project that way pa rin.
Okay.
You still have to align. Hindi porket ang key number 1 to number 4 mo is different. It doesn't mean to say na pagdating sa key number 5, mag-iiba na anyo mo. Mag-dress in jeans ka na or
correct.
shirt, which is not allowed naman in your company.
Yes,
diba?
yes.
And then key number 6 naman would be yung confidence.
Build your confidence.
You have to dress the part, diba? If you did that part, if you dress your part, this time you have to project it properly through your confidence.
Minsan sabi nga, diba, dress for the position you want, not the one you have.
Yes.
Diba? If you want to be bagong employee ka, dress like a man. If you want to be a manager, dress the part, diba? Dress like a manager.
Pero mag-ingat ka lang, baka mas maganda pa ang dress mo sa boss mo.
May natinan ako isang personality development course years ago. That was a decade ago. It's an image enhancement course.
Okay.
So may pinakita isang picture of a girl na ang simple ng pananamit niya, as in sobrang simple, na kausap niya isang well-dressed na girl, ang ganda, naka-high heels, office attire talaga. Tinanong sa amin, sino dito yung vice president? So we all thought, yung maayos ang damit, yung pala yung isa. Yung pala yung isa. Hindi siya nag-dress nung part niya as a vice president. Maganda pa manamit yung mga tao niya. Parang gano'n. So there must be something wrong, di ba? Kasi yung vice president was not able to dress her part.
Right.
Well, I would say that it really depends upon what persona the person wants to project to the whole world.
Paano yun? Paano yun? Sabi nga, kung yung corporate image dapat to sa kumpanya na yun, tapos ikaw mismo, you're not dressing the part. Diba?
You have to know the standards in the industry.
Yes, and the culture.
And the culture,
and the culture of the corporation. Because you know what, eto na rin yung nagiging issue eh. if we go to different countries, let's say, ito yung palaging sinasabi nila, when you go to New Zealand, most of the people there are very, very casual. Even if you're a lawyer, you go to your office, sometimes they just wear walking shorts, yung parang sinasabi nating puruntong. And then, of course, hindi naman dress shirt, but ganitong shirt, collared shirt. It could be considered as somewhat like casual. But here in the Philippines, that's not acceptable. But to them, it's acceptable.
Depends sa culture.
Depends sa culture. And I am just reminded when you were talking about the manner of dressing. There was one interview, if I'm not mistaken, this was an interview of Aimee Marcos way back. This was a profile interview. And she was seen as very visually casual yung pananamit niya. And she was asked by the interviewer, what did you learn from your mother? Especially because your mother has all the time has this image of being very, very prim and proper. Especially parang extravagant yung pananamit wherever she goes. She said that there was one time she was actually not naman scolded, but she was told by the mother, si Imelda Marcos, you have to respect the occasion.
Right.
You have to respect the occasion. It's not just because ikaw, ito yung image na ipapalabas mo sa buong mundo. But you also have to respect the occasion.
Correct.
And somehow, right now, I may not be able to have a clear understanding of what that meant, but to a certain extent, when we are in public, we are not only there for ourselves, but we also honor the occasion, honor the community, the public as well.
Correct.
Yes. That's why, if I may add, that's also the reason why we trainers, as well as teachers, dress well.
Correct.
In fact, a notch higher than our audience. It's because we respect our audience. It's part of respect. That you're in a position of power or authority, you're there. That's why you dress better than your audience.
Yun din nga ang tip sa I've attended mga courses on selling skills. Isa sa tips na binibigay pag nagpe-present ng products nila, you have to dress one notch higher than your audience or than one notch higher than your customers.
This is something that I'm learning. This is something that I'm learning, and to a certain extent, it's validating or even adding additional knowledge to me na kailangan pala ganito dahil ganito. So we have to dress for the occasion, we have to dress for the role, and we also somehow have to be a notch higher compared to our audience because we are at a certain level na mas mataas compared sa kanila because we are supposed to be the teachers.
Correct.
True.
Now, before we proceed, I was just reminded by the three blind men of Hindustan, which Miss Giselle mentioned a while ago. It's actually a poem by, it's actually a Hindu fable which was published by John Godfrey Sachs.
Okay.
This is also in relation to how we view things. The poem goes like this. It was 6 men of Hindustan to learning much inclined, who went to see the elephant, though all of them were blind. That each by observation might satisfy his mind. The first approached the elephant, and happening to fall against his broad and sturdy side, at once began to bawl. God bless me, but the elephant is very like a wall. Sabi niya, very like a wall. The second, feeling at the tusk, cried, Ho! What have we here, so very round and smooth and sharp? To me 'tis mighty clear, this wonder of an elephant is very lit like a spear. Okay, spear. Okay. The third approached the animal, and happening to take the squirming trunk within its hand, this boldly and spake, I see, quoth he, the elephant is very like a snake because yung nahawakan niya yung trunk. Okay.
Gumagalaw-galaw.
Yes. The fourth reached out an eager hand and felt about the knee. What most this wondrous beast is like is mighty plain, quoth he. 'Tis clear enough the elephant is like a tree because yung nahawakan niya yung legs. The fifth, who chanced to touch the ear, said, "In the blindest man can tell what this resembles most. Deny the fact who can. This marvel of an elephant is very like a fan. Dahil yung ear niya sobrang laki
Yes,
na gumaganon. The sixth no sooner had begun about the beast to grow than seizing on the swinging tail that fell within his scope. I see, quoth he, the elephant is very like a rope. And so those men of Hindustan disputed loud and long, each in his own opinion exceeding stiff and strong, though each was partly in the right and all were in the wrong. So eto rin, it goes back to our issue or our topic with how do you look at a particular object? Each object may be viewed from different angles and it may be interpreted depending on which angle you come from or you're viewing a particular issue, a particular topic, a particular individual.
Yeah.
Okay, so this time around we will be discussing the six the
six keys to personal
development. The first one is
Sabi nga niya, define your life's purpose. Sabi nga, everything starts with the why. O nga naman. Yung, pag dumating sa buhay mo yung tipong you wanna give up, di ba?
Yes,
Kasi nga,
exactly.
ano tawag doon? Yung pagod na pause ka na sa work, ano tawag doon?
ay na.
Burned out ka na.
Burnout.
Diba? Burn out ka na.
Gerald, if I may share, actually, that was my inspiration when I wrote the book.
Oh.
The why. It started with that why. That's why if you can ano, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Assess, no. Bakit kaya you can do it ang nilagay nito? The 6 keys to personal development. Ano kinalaman ng you can do it?
Oo nga naman. Bakit you can do
because
it?
at that time, I was in a very challenging point in my life. So sabi ko, kaya ko pa ba, Lord? Kaya ko pa ba? Then, merong mental dialogue na nagsabi, no, G, you can do it. You can do all things through Him who strengthens you.
Di ba?
Yes. Kaya yung first page of my book, if you would notice it, nakalagay siya. Diba? Hindi lang si Stephen Curry yan. Ako rin na-inspired din ako ng
yes.
ano.
I can do all things through Him who
Yes,
strengthens
through Him
me.
who strengthens me.
That's biblical.
No, totoo.
Yes. Kaya
Philippians
yung
chapter
key
4 verse
one
13.
ko started with the why. Because at that time, I had a lot of whys. That was back in 2017. I had a lot of whys in my mind.
Kaya totoo yung
sabi
sinasabi
ko-
nila na ano, no? Na you can make a ministry out of your misery.
Exactly.
No? Yeah, kaya dyan nanggagaling yung mga great advocacies. Eh,
Yes.
no? Oh, yeah. Everything
You
starts
can
with
create
you.
a lot of kumbaga, beautiful treasures out of your failures or challenges.
Correct. So,
If only yung teacher from Cebu was able to get hold of a copy of the book of Miss G.
correct.
You remember kung ano yung nangyari sa teacher ng Cebu, di ba?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very, very sad dahil the person was feeling overwhelmed with the work that she was given.
Suicide?
Yes, and so she didn't find any other way out, and so she decided to end her life.
She had no one to talk to. She's
Yes.
depressed. Diba? Yun. And then, paint your desired future. After mo ma-start yung gusto mong mangyari with why, then start painting a positive future for you. I remember today si Oprah Winfrey. Di ba she was molested twice when she was younger, 8 years old, 10 years old.
I heard about it nga.
Yeah, it did not stop her, di ba? Other women, pag sa kanila nangyari yon,
Very
para sira na yung buhay nila,
Yes.
no? Their whole life,
They stopped dreaming.
They stopped dreaming, and they all blame it to sa nangyari sa kanila in the past. But Oprah was a different, was made of a different stuff, di ba? Stronger talaga siya. She created a very bright future for herself, but naging magaling siya sa studies niya. She became a beauty queen do sa town nila. She became an actress. She tapos nanalo pa ng Best Supporting Actress, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes,
for the
from
Color Purple. Diba? Na ang galing-galing sa performance niya na yun. And then she became a talk show host.
Yes.
Na ang reviews sa kanya back then, compared to other talk show hosts, kakaiba yung kanya and more engaging daw. No? Kaya nagugustuhan ng mga tao. And then ngayon, she's now a billionaire.
Yes.
She is one of the most influential figures in Hollywood.
Which is the very reason why some people even thought that she would be running for president sa
Oh,
America.
correct.
After she delivered her acceptance speech sa Cecil DeMille, it is the parang Lifetime Achievement Award of the Emmys. So the Emmys is yung similar to our parang press awards.
Okay.
PMPC.
Parang
It's
ganun.
similar to PMPC, but it's the foreign press in the United States.
okay.
So she was given the Cecil Cecil DeMille Award. I think last year or this year. And then last year it was Meryl Streep.
Oh, okay.
But this year, when she delivered her acceptance speech, she actually said na the first time that she watched television with very, very parang eyes na nakatutok doon sa television was when a black person was given the award na Cecil DeMille Award sa Foreign Press. Pero, tapos sabi niya, I was still very, very young during that time. But one of the things that she said, I hope I'll be able to have the same award when I grow up. So parang she was also setting her sights on a particular goal.
Si Meryl Streep yan.
No, this was Oprah Winfrey.
Okay.
Oprah Winfrey.
And she got what she wanted.
Yes. Yung si Meryl Streep naman, iba yung sinabi niya. Yung sinabi niya, she quoted another artist who said, "Take your broken heart and turn it into heart."
Yeah. Turn it into heart.
Art.
Art.
Take your broken heart and turn it into heart. Art.
Naalala ko naman, di ba yung mga magaling na mga actresses noon, kung panoorin yung mga lumang movies sila when they were younger, parang hindi masyado magaling, no? Pero nung tumanda na sila, na siguro nakaipon ng yung mga heartaches, no? Mga dami experiences sa buhay, nagagamit nila sa acting nila ngayon, na ang gagaling nila ngayon umarte, no?
Which is connected.
May napinaguhugutan na eh.
Which is connected to what you said earlier, which is one's misery can be
Your
somebody's
ministry.
Yes. Your misery can be your ministry.
Yeah, I love it, no? And then examine your heart's treasure. What was that again? Examine your heart's treasure.
It's more of your personal values, yung mga non-negotiables.
Ayun,
mo. Because it would help propel your desired future. Kasi paano ka makakarating doon sa future na yun kung wala kang certain traits, di ba? Inner traits na talagang magpo-propel nun.
And Gerald, that would also define the person's integrity. Yung sinasabi mong non-negotiables, na even if this is very, very tempting.
Yeah.
It's very tempting. You just need to lie.
Yeah.
But if your personal values tell you that this is something that is non-negotiable, you should not do it.
Talagang hindi mo i-compromise, no?
Hindi mo
Values
i-compromise.
mo. Yeah.
That will define the kind of person you are.
Yes. In your case, what's your parang non-negotiable na value?
Madami, syempre. Unang-una dyan, integrity, accountability,
Ayun.
di ba? Responsibility, and work-life balance.
It's a good thing na yung trabaho nyo, no? Magkasama kayo ng husband mo.
Yes.
No? Correct. In your
That's
case,
a blessing.
Oh, it's a blessing,
Sa akin
actually.
po sa sinabi niya yung integrity, sa akin din nandyan yung hard work.
Yes.
Yung diligence mo sa paggawa ng trabaho. Kasi yung mga bagay na yun, kasama mo dapat isama doon sa sinabi niya for me to be successful.
Correct.
Pero isang natutunan ko sa trabaho, no? Kasi I used to be in a corporate world. Tapos all of a sudden nag-consulting ako, di ba? Love your work.
Totoo yan.
Kumbaga, having a heart at work.
Yes.
Putting your heart at it.
Correct. Parang yung sinabi ni Steve Jobs, no, love your work din na wala kang ma-achieve na maganda talaga sa work mo kung if you don't really love it.
In the real sense of the word, hindi yung minsan kasi tayo, di ba, pag nasa organization tayo, we tend to yes, I love my job, I love my job, but actually you're dragging your feet going to work, di ba? Iba yung love na talagang ramdam mo Yung hindi mo kailangan na may gumising sa'yo sa umaga.
Yung excited
ka.
To go to work every day,
Oo,
no?
nagpapaganda ka pa, nag-aayos ka, para lang talagang mag-present ang sarili mo ng maayos. You really prepare to, let's say, to a meeting, or to the reports assigned to you. So, iba yung pagmamahal sa trabaho.
Idagdag ko rin kasi, di ba sabi natin yung paint your future, kung nakikita mo yung sarili mo doon sa pinipaint mo.
Ayun, may visualize mo yung sarili mo.
So, inspired ka Nandun ka kasi. At saka yung treasure, di ba sabi nga nila sa Bible, where your treasure is, there will your heart be.
Correct.
Kaya yung nangyayari, kapag ganun ang sitwasyon, mas ganado ka, mas inspirado ka, kasi alam mong aligned ka sa future mo.
So that's yan yung turn goals into milestones, is that it?
No, that's still the
yan pa rin sa heart's treasure pa rin yan, no?
Yun naman sa milestones na sinasabi po Giselle. Ang sinasabi ni Giselle dito sa milestones, diba sabi natin kanina, ang vision is a grand thing. But before you go to a grand location, you have to have smaller goals or mga bagay, mga building
steps.
blocks. Kasi yung mga building blocks na yun, doon ka tatayo para hindi ka nakalutang sa ere. Kasi definitely, minsan yung vision mo parang ang layo. So how do you get there? You have to have bricks to step on and build on para makarating ka doon. Yun yung sinasabi ni Jesus.
If I may share, no, kaya nga maganda to not only for people at work, even for those who are about to work. Kasi, for example, may mga iba yung bagong graduate pa lang. Gusto na maging manager agad.
Totoo
Yun ang
yan.
sinasabi ko, di ba? Kumbaga yung paint your desired future, for example, gusto ko maging boss ng isang department. Bago mo marating yan, syempre sabi nga nila, di ba, yung marami ka pang kakainin daw na bigas. Yun yung turning goals into milestone, yung key number 4. Ano yung mga dapat mong paghandaan so that by the time comes na ikaw na ay binigyan ng ganong responsibility to become a head of a department, you are prepared, you are ready.
Talaga you have to start from the bottom. Kasi
Yes.
di ba, in order to be a good commander or general, kailangan naging good soldier ka dati.
Exactly.
Diba? Marunong ka rin sumunod.
Yes. And based on experience, if I may just share a personal story, nung mas bata ako, naghangad din ako ng something big. I thought I was ready. But lo and behold, when I was there, I was at a loss. And then that prompted me, though I'm already a regular employee, umalis ako. Kasi bakit? Hindi pala yun ang gusto kong gawin.
Okay.
Akala ko kaya ko na. Pero nahihirapan ako. That's why I decided, I told my parents I was younger then and single. Sabi ko, no, kahit maganda yung pay, I would rather go to another position, another company. Bakit? Yung mas gusto kong gawin at yung alam kong kaya kong gawin.
Yes.
Yun yung sinasabi din ni Jesus na, yun na, may
Turning
turning goals ka, pero yun muna yung goal mo. Kasi bago ka makarating doon sa grand location, destination, dapat meron ka mga pinagdaanan
Baby steps
na dala
muna.
mo sa pagpunta doon para maging ready ka sa
Correct.
location na yun.
And then, yung number 5 nyo is enhance your image. Ito na, yung...
Ito na yung na-mention natin kanina. Oo.
Yan yung personality development. Ito
Part
na ba
yun.
Oh,
O pati yung yung mga communication skills na yan, presentation skills, part din yun ng number 5.
Okay. Yung
Kasi maganda nga ang outfit mo. Ready ka nga. Pero pag pinagsalita ka naman sa harap, wala. Oo.
Correct.
Kinain ka ng self-confidence mo, na self-doubt mo.
Yes.
Diba? So yun ang problema. Kailangan it matches your persona. Sabi mo nga kanina. Your communication skills, your presentation skills should match your outfit, your overall package.
Correct.
So collectively, we call these as soft skills.
Yes,
You have
soft
to
skills.
develop your soft skills as well.
Exactly.
Pati sa written din, pati yung skills on business writing, kasama rin ba dito yon? Or
Hindi na.
naman yan?
Oo.
Hindi na yan.
Baka panibagong book yan.
Ibang book na yan. Ibang book na. Kasi minsan masisira ang image ng tao sa the way he writes din
Yes,
di ba? The way he speaks, the way he writes, di ba?
I just, what I've done is just the fundamentals.
Fundamentals,
muna.
yes.
But you know what, Gerald? That can also be considered as personal development.
Yes, part
If
of
this
it.
is something that you would like to do, you equip yourself with additional skills which will help you in the job, which is still a part of, we would say, soft skills mo. Because when we say soft skills, vis-a-vis hard skills, yung hard skills mo are really the technical skills
Right.
related to your job, but the soft skills are the skills that you have which will help you, which will facilitate your conduct or the performance of your job.
Right.
Business writing would definitely help you. Business communication will help you.
Yes.
So, ganon. Ano ba yung image na gusto mo? And including
Correct.
personality development trainings
Yes.
can help you in the development of this personal aspects.
Yeah.
And if I may add also, most of the organizations think of a bigger picture. They think of organization development, etc. But being organization development persons, consultants, nakita rin namin, teka, dapat yung personal development may sariling focus. And dapat itong personal development, hindi mo iaasa sa employer mo.
Okay.
Kaya nga personal dyan, you have to take charge of your personal
Responsibility.
development.
Which brings me again, Gerald, to yung bagong, I'm quite sure sina Jet would be able to know this one. Sa yung CPD points na pinagdidiscusan natin, which is the continuing professional development points, which is required sa DepEd and the PRC.
Para continual improvement.
Yung continual, meron tayong tinatawag na personal directed learning. Individually direct, parang ganon. Individual directed learning. So parang it's the individual that directs kung saan siya pupunta, anong gusto niyang i-develop. That's the personal that's the person's decision kung ano yung gusto niyang puntahan and not dictated anymore by yung employers or by the company.
Yes, and also dahil tayo bilang may kanya-kanya din tayong learning preferences
Yes.
and sariling choices. Kasi iba-iba, di ba sabi nga nila, may multiple intelligences. Meron tayong mga inclinations na doon natin mas gusto ma-develop. And being adult learners ourselves, tayo na may control doon eh. Hindi na tayo dinidiktahan ng iba. Itong kunin mo. Unlike when we were younger, wala tayong choice. Kailangan mo pag-aralin lahat ng subject na yun kasi hindi ka papasa. Pero ngayong professional ka na, meron ka na rin choice anong kukunin mo. Kaya you find people, corporate world, pero chef on the side.
Oo
Yes.
Merong photographer on the side. Though they're also successful bankers. Wala ganyan.
Totoo yan. No?
Kasi mga interest nila. At yung something that kicks them, ika nga.
Tapos sabi mo dito, build your confidence. Isn't this part of, hindi ba siya kapareho doon sa 5 din? When enhancing your image, you should, it comes along with building your confidence.
Yes, kaya actually I made it a separate key because yung sa key number 5, it really focuses on the presentation skills and not only communication but also yung image in terms of dressing up, in terms of presenting yourself. Kumbaga,
Parang
it's more of the
packaging yourself,
packaging. Oo. Pero minsan kasi, okay yung packaging mo, you're good in communicating, you're good in presenting your image. However, you do not have the confidence.
Okay.
It's possible. Magaling magsalita. 'Di ba? Matalino siya eh. When you talk to the person one-on-one, kaya niya. 'Di ba? Pero pag pinagsalita mo siya in a meeting, maraming tao, or let's say for example, you ask something medyo difficult, medyo challenging, nararattle na. 'Di ba? Yun yung sinasabi at kaya kailangan ng building your confidence pa rin.
Okay.
At saka dagdagan ko yung sinabi ni Giselle, yun yung reason na ang payuhan namin, lalo na sa mga young professionals, take over every opportunity to practice. Sabi nga nila, di ba? Halimbawa, mahiyain ka, ayaw mo humarap sa tao. Pag binigyan ka ng task, say to present to a small group, kunin mo. Huwag kang tatanggi.
Agree ako din.
Kasi ang ano dyan, akala mo additional trabaho, pero actually, learning yun. Kasi sabi nga nila, di ba? I think it was Thomas Edison who said, opportunities are missed by most people because they come dressed in coveralls and look like work.
They look
Pero
like work.
actually, yun yung magtitrain sa'yo. Like ako, halimbawa, personal experience. When I was very, much younger, probably 21, ako, ang first job ko kasi, faculty member din ako sa UST. That was my first job. But when I entered the corporate world, training assistant, so back to square one ulit ako. Ano nangyari? Alam mo yun, during the time, ibang-iba pala yung approach from ikaw ay faculty member to ikaw ay training assistant. Dahil ang mangyayari, facilitating ang gagawin mo. Ang bottom line na nangyari, natakot ulit ako, kinabahan ulit ako. Humarap sa tao kasi bakit? Mas mataas ang pwesto sa akin.
Environment.
Correct, iba
Pero
environment.
buti na lang, in a way, matigas ang ulo ko. Kasi bakit? Kasi despite yung sinasabing wag, hindi, sumigi ako. Kinuha ko yung mga opportunity kahit yung pagsisimula lang ng orientation, sinasabi mo kanina, di ba? Minsan doon magsisimula, small portion, small modules sa orientation. Minsan, start ka sa pagpapakilala, and then, unti-unti, nabibigyan ka ng modules hanggang sa buong program na I took all those opportunities to learn. And that brought me to where I am now.
I can totally relate to him, no, to what he said. Kasi nung I was that time when I was being interviewed by yung boss ko dati, tanggap na ako eh. Sa last question na lang. Ano daw yung sa lahat ng job responsibilities of a trainer, ano daw yung weakest ko daw? Sabi ko hosting. Kasi pangit yung resulta ng hosting ko doon sa nakarako kumpanya. As in, hindi ko talaga gusto. Sa standards ko, bagsak talaga. So sabi ko, hosting. Alam mo ginawa sa akin? Tuwing may event, ako yung nilalagay niya. Ako sinasala yung host. Co-host mo na noong umpisa. Tapos nakita niyang kaya ko na, iniiwan na niya ako. And then, ngayon na fully developed ko na siya, lagi ako yung resident host na ngayon dito sa company namin, sa Standard Assurance. Kahit malaki o maliit na event, tapos even in my personal life, I host weddings, diba? Pinagkakitaan mo na siya, mga debuts, yung mga ganun, na kung hindi ginawa sa akin ng boss ko yun, kung hindi nangyari yun, I wouldn't be where I am now. No?
Ganun ang experience ko rin mismo, na nung una, aminin ko, naiinis ako. Kasi napipilitan ako eh. But eventually, yung mga inayawan ko, ang laking tulong pala sa akin. Yun ngayon ang strength ko.
Yes.
Nakakatuwa.
Tapos you have to want it eh, no? Kailangan gusto mo siyang ma-overcome
mo siya pag ginagawa mo eh.
Kasi noon, mahihain din ako, ayaw maniwala ng mga kasamahan ko dati.
Ganyan na
sabi ko, mahihain ako
talaga. Sabi ko, sa previous life ko, mahihain talaga. Hindi mo papaharap, lalo na pag puno ng tao. Hindi mo mapapaharap. Paano mo na din? Kasi kinuha ko yung lahat ng opportunities na binigay sa akin.
Yes.
And that developed me to what I am now.
Yeah. Kailangan gustuhin mo rin siya, di ba? Hindi pwedeng gusto ko
Napilitan
ma-overcome.
lang.
O hindi pwedeng napilitan lang. Kailangan hindi gusto ko siya talaga ma-overcome. Sobrang mahihain ako noon. I attended a 21-day workshop ng selling skills noong 1993. Ay, nabisto tuloy edad ko. 1993, no? Yun ang lowest ko na lahat ng process ng selling. Doon sa part na yun, yung mass presentation, doon ako bagsak. As in, bagsak talaga. Yung inferiority complex ko, nag-set in, ganyan. And then, nung graduation na, tapos first corporate account namin, ayaw namin maghiwa-hiwalay kasi kinakabahan kami lahat. Nag-volunteer talaga ako, sige, pag may corporate account ako, pwedeng isa ako sa presenters. Kasi I remember, yung father ko is a good speaker, ghostwriter din siya ng mga ibang politicians back in his time, no? Kaya sabi ko, gusto kong maging ganun. But sobrang mahihain ko, yung prepared ka the night before, tas nung humarap na sa tao, ayan na, nakalimutan mo sabihin, pawisan ka. Yung gano'n, you have to really want it and expose yourself to public speaking opportunities, di ba?
And siguro, makaka-relate ka rin sa kwento ko na minsan nararamdaman, actually hindi minsan malimit, may butterfly sa stomach. Sabi ko nga kay Giselle, yun ang indicator ko pag magsasalita ako. Kailangan may butterflies ako sa stomach.
Totoo
Kasi
yan.
pag nawala yun, ibig sabihin, complacent ka ako.
Naging overconfident ka na.
Habang mayroong butterfly sa stomach ko, alam ko,
you'll be able to do a good job. Yes.
And if I may add, tama yung sinabi nyo, take every opportunity to present yourself or to improve yourself more. So pag halimbawa nagtanong kung sino pwede sa ganito, sa ganyan sa office, raise your hand, di ba? Mag-volunteer ka. Pero paano pag ando doon ka na? Yun ang tanong. O sige, nag-present na ako. Ako magko-conduct ng training or ako mag-hosting. Ito na. Kung minsan nagkakaroon na ng dumarating na yung uncertainty and self-doubt kapag ando doon ka na sa stage or kailangan mo na mag-perform. So paano ngayon yan? Yun yung key number 6, yung building your confidence. So isa sa mga siguro gusto ko lang din iwan doon sa mga listeners natin, no? Yung pag nangyari yon, always remember your objective. Why are you doing it?
Babalik sa number 1, ano?
Oo, babalik ka sa number 1 Why are you doing it? Kasi pag inisip mo palagi yung sinasabi or iniisip ng ibang tao sa'yo, yung negative label sa'yo, hindi ka makakaalis doon You will become that label. And the challenge for you is to step out of that label and prove to them that you did good or you can do it better.
Saka iba kasi kaya hindi nag-step up na ganyan. Natatakot sila to make mistakes.
Yes.
Dapat huwag kang matakot sa mistakes or sa failures. Kasama sa proseso talaga yan.
Sabi nga ng boss ko dati, habang andito ka sa loob, don't be afraid to commit mistakes. Laboratory to Ang masama pag andong ka gagawa ng mistake.
What's your inspiration for writing this book ba?
That was back in 2017. I had a very challenging situation at that time. And then sabi ko, parang, kaya ko pa ba to, Lord? Okay, kaya ko pa ba? Parang di ko na ata kaya Minsan dumarating pala tayo sa ganung point ng buhay natin, no? And then, I became so engrossed with Bible, mga reading passages from the Bible, as well as yung Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren.
That's nice.
Nabasa ko siya cover to cover ng book. Tapos sabi ko, I wanted to write something which is somewhat similar to this book na purpose-driven, pero hindi kasing lengthy. Kasi yung book na yon, it took me like a month or more to finish it.
40 days.
Oo, kasi sabi ko, gusto ko matapos talaga. Pero hindi ko kayang tapusin ng diretso na isang linggo. Talagang I have to allot, kumbaga, 1 chapter a day or minsan isang chapter 2 days.
Yun yung requirement niya sa purpose-driven life.
Ang hirap So, ang sabi ko, gusto kong mag-create ng book na similar to this, pero hindi ganun katagal gawin. Hindi ganun katagal basahin.
Okay.
And if you will see the book, ano yan very useful even for teachers. In fact, natuwa nga, even nga yung priest ko sa isa namin nakausap, tuwan-tuwa kahit daw sa pari pwede. Kasi alam mo yung book, hindi mo natatanong, each chapter, each key starts with a story. After nun, there's a lesson. Then after that, there's an activity for you to practice.
Okay.
So parang dahil trainer tayo, parang modular.
Correct.
Para mangyayari.
May application.
Yes. Diba sabi nga natin sa training, it starts with the head, but it should go down to the heart. But it should be translated by the hand.
Your skills.
Yan yun. That's why ang approach siya ganun. Starts with something in the heart, in head muna.
Theoretical.
Yes.
Theoretical, then effective. Then saka yung
Practical.
sinasabing, practical. Yun yung approach ng book. Kaya matutuwa ka. And it applies even to, sabi nga ni Gis natin, not only to young professionals, but also to business owners.
Yes.
Kasi as leaders, we have to also be aware of this so that we can lead our people better.
HR people, pwede rin sila.
Pwede rin sa HR people, those involved in
HR,
training.
very
In terms
good,
of
yes.
aligning the people development programs
Correct.
for the company. Kasi kung minsan, ako, personally, di ba, I'm an OD person, pero minsan meron tayong tendency na maging sobrang macro Parang ano ba yung mga plans and programs natin dapat next year? Okay, let's plan it. Ano ba yung mga team building initiatives? Pero kung minsan yung mga individual needs, yung person-centered, nakakaligtaan. Kasi minsan wala tayong budget, ganyan. So hindi nakikita yung mga iba't ibang kailangan ng bawat tao.
Yan
And yung self-awareness part.
Correct.
Minsan nakakalimutan i-check, baka kailangan ng self-reflection ng mga tao
O
natin. Introspection. So that they can align better to the organization. Then makita nila, ano ba yung meron sila? Ano ba yung purpose nila? Ano ba yung gusto nila talagang dreams? And how can they align that? How can they weave it to that of the company? Kung ano yung goal ng company, how do you meet in between?
Correct.
Diba? Para hindi mawala yung tao, yung mga talents.
Yeah, very good. How can people avail of your services? You're running a management and consultancy firm, right?
Yes.
The Great Learnings and Beyond.
Sa book muna. Yung book na You Can Do It, The 6 Keys to Personal Development, is available at all St. Paul branches.
St. Paul.
Sa lahat po ng branches ng
Sa
St.
Luzon
Paul, dito sa
branches.
Luzon,
Okay.
saka sa Cebu, at saka Cagayan de Oro.
Ah.
And on top of that, available din po siya through our publisher, which is Central
Central
Books.
Books.
So lahat po ng branches nila nationwide, and through their Central Books online facility.
Okay.
So
So
anywhere
can
in the
order
world,
online?
pwede
Yeah,
po.
online
And it
facility.
can be delivered to your doorstep.
Very good.
And then yung other sa business naman,
Yung Great Learnings and Beyond.
Oh, yeah. We provide organization development, human resources, and training and development programs.
Nice.
Oo. So for human resources, for example, nag-design kami ng mga strategies, mga policies and procedures for different facets of human resources. Nagpo-provide din kami ng mga consultations, like we do design or climate survey, or meron din kami mga training and development programs. We customize it depending on
that's
the
nice.
needs of the company.
Okay.
And we also provide mga post-training assessment, or post-impact survey as part of the training and development
yes. Training
services.
evaluation.
Yes.
and we also help organizations like one of our clients, ang kulang naman niya is succession planning. So we help that organization identify the potential successors and prepared actual individual development plans for them.
Very good.
Likewise, we can also help companies to revisit and probably, if needed, to revise performance management appraisal forms or the actual system itself, including tumutulong din kami sa job evaluation, job alignment, etc.
That's nice.
Just for the benefit of our listeners, what do we mean by OD, organizational development?
What is OD?
Organization development, it's actually a wider perspective of the organization, wherein the intervention is not only just on the organization, but you also deal with the people. There's also a person-centered intervention.
Okay.
And if I may add,
Yes.
each system kasi, each group is a system.
Yes.
It is an organization. When you talk of OD, you talk of the overall.
Yes.
Like halimbawa, let me give you a sample. Did you know that training is part of OD?
Okay.
Kasi it's part of developing the
Yes.
organization.
Yes.
And training is geared towards developing people. But hindi lang yun ang ng OD. Like, yung pag-structure. That's why even in the military, magagamit mo yung OD. The way you structure things is part of OD.
Yes.
Yung pag-define mo, ano yung mga roles, responsibilities, is OD.
Yeah.
Yan. And if I may also say, okay lang ba mag-plug?
Sure.
Okay. Recently, actually last Friday, we signed an exclusive partnership with UST Graduate School, GLB. And come October 2018, we'll be offering certificate programs on the following learning tracks: human resources, learning development and management, as well as organization development. So sa hindi po nakakaalam, ang UST po kasi ay meron masters in human resources management, meron din siyang PhD in human resources management. On top of that, meron po silang tinatawag na Center for Continuing Professional Education and Development. At isa po kami sa partner. We will be offering said programs, And some of our programs may be also credited as masteral units.
Very good.
That's getting me very, very excited, Gerald. Because right now, the universities that offer these trainings are Ateneo, of course, and also De La Salle.
Yes.
Specifically,
Yung Space.
sa CSB. Yung mga trainings for... kagaya ng training mo.
Yeah, they used to call it training and development, training, development and management.
Yes.
Dati, ha?
TDM.
Ngayon, workplace learning na
Yes,
yata siya.
workplace learning na siya. So, I kept on looking at UST's website kung meron ba sila mga certificate courses. There are some, but not so much on yung organization development and human resources.
Doon sa Space meron? May organization
Yes,
development.
that's the very reason why sabi ko right now, ang merong mga courses, mga certificate courses are De La Salle, CSB, and also Ateneo. UP has, but hindi siya masyadong concentrated on organizations, learning and development.
Yes.
Yung dalawang universities are the ones that have them. So I'm happy that UST is now having those kinds of training, specifically tailored for mga corporate persons and those interested in human resource development.
Correct.
And if I may say, ang value proposition namin sa aming program with UST, CCPED, kung tawagin nila, is we bring into the table actual HR practitioners.
Talagang yun ang target.
Talagang practitioners yung magtuturo. So apart from the theoretical, mag-share at magkakaroon ng discussion and even activities on actual work experience. Kasi minsan, ako, anak din ako ng teacher. We're a family of teachers. Pero palagi, pag kami nag-uusap palagi ng mami ko, department head siya nung mag-retire siya, MT3 naman yung auntie ko, palagi ano bang kinaibahan ng ginagawa nyo sa corporate world? Meron ba kayo talagang tinuturuan? Di ba ginawa na namin yun as teacher? Sabi ko, Ma, Ninang, nagawa niyo na po yun sa inyo. Pero pagdating po sa corporate world, continuous po yung learning, hindi mo papabayaan. Yun naman po, kami po ang teacher sa corporate world. And nakakatuwa, kasi yung kinukuha nga natin dito sa program with USC, sabi ko nga, those are actual HR experience. So talagang ang lahat ng papasok dito will be having a fun learning experience kasi masayang usapan to, actual experience.
Yeah, very good. Do you have any final message to our viewers and listeners?
First of all, thank you again for inviting us.
And thank you, Ren.
If you're interested to get a copy of the book, they can go to any Central Book outlets or St. Paul outlets nationwide. When it comes to my final message, when it comes to personal development, do not depend it to your organization because you yourself, you can be resourceful enough to have that personal development in you, happen in you. It could be through books or probably just watching YouTube or getting a mentor. It could be your friend or your sibling.
Where can they contact you?
They can contact us at 957-8183 if for speaking engagements or HR consultations.
Very good.
We will be posting that one on our Facebook account.
We'll be posting your yung pinadala mo sa akin na picture.
Thank you. Yun naman nga pala, baka makalimutan ko. Yung for UST, they can contact UST CCPED. That's at 406-1611, local 4030, or to their mobile number 0906-368-0248. And by the way, ang klase po ay every Saturday lamang. From 9 to 5 or 9 to 7.
Pwede sa mga working professionals.
Pwede po sa working professionals. So they may look for Mr. Aaron Borlongan.
Aaron Borlongan.
Doon po mismo, this will be under the UST Graduate School.
Okay.
So, ang dami natin natutunan this afternoon, Gerald.
Happy learning po sa mga ating listeners and viewers, mga katropa.
Katropang Gerald.
Yes. Katropang Bobby.
Yes. You have to remember that one. And ang dami ko natutunan. And that just reminds me that meron na nga paradigm shift na nangyayari ngayon. Instead of just saying yung sinasabi nating ano nga ba to? Nakalimutan ko na.
Basta ako ang gusto ko talaga yung everything starts with the why,
yes.
no? With the why, no? So everything starts with the why kasi kung if you forget the why, wala you'll be sidetracked, di ba? Yeah, you'll be lost Hindi mo alam kung saan ka, you'll have no direction, di ba? Pag nakalimutan mo yung kung saan ka kung ba't ka nagsimula, ba't ka nag-venture ba't ka nagkaroon ng ganung, why you went into that venture, di ba? Ikaw ba, sa pagiging educator mo, why din ba yung nag-start ka?
Basically because I wanted to go back to where I came from, and then I told myself that I wanted to give back to my community. So that was the very reason why I said...
Wow, napaka-noble naman.
Yes,
giving back to the community talaga.
Because when I went to college, ang dami kong natutunan in college, which I did not learn when I was still in my elementary and high school. Kaya ako sinabi na I will go back to where I came from, and then I will be teaching high school. And yung sinasabi nga natin na yung personal development natin, team building. A while ago, si Ms. Giselle mentioned about team building. Yun na nga yung sinasabi rin ng mga tao na it's not just team building this time around, because usually it's very, very difficult developing team, because conflict will all the time arise.
Yes.
So ang dapat nating i-look into would be rather alignment of
It's interesting you mentioned team building. Kasi importante talaga yun dahil in an organization, magkakaiba tayo ng personalities, di ba? We're bound lang na magkaroon talaga ng differences of opinion.
That's true, and that's also the very reason why that's also the very reason why in many organizations nahihirapan talaga na magbi-build ng isang united talaga na organization, because it's bound to happen. Meron talaga differences of opinions and attitudes.
Yes.
But what's really important is the alignment towards the objectives of the organization.
Yes.
And
yung yung una po nating guest, wag muna po kayo alis. Meron tayong picture taking later.
Yes. And then yung sinabi din ni Ms. Giselle na yung work-life balance.
Yes.
There's a paradigm shift this time around. It's not just work-life balance, but work-life integration. So yung term na integration, hindi na lang siya just balance. Because when you say balance, you separate the two of them.
Alam mo bang our president does not believe in work-life balance, but he believes in ganyan, yung
Work
integration.
Yes.
Yung having a complete life.
Yes.
Yung wala kang sinasacrifice na parte ng buhay mo kasi lahat daw interrelated.
And to a certain
kailangan
extent,
nasa peak state daw lahat.
And to a certain extent, yun yung ginagawa ng company ninyo. That's the very reason why palagi kong nakikita yung Zumba, yung mga dance ninyo after work, because that's still a part of it na you do not separate them. If you can integrate that into your program, so much the better.
Yes, totoo yun. Tsaka hindi lang areas, hindi lang sa about work, kundi sa health mo, yung family, yung finances mo, your relationship with God, your time with your friends, your time with civic duties, di ba? Yung giving back. And then yung me time mo, di ba? Ang lahat ng aspeto daw na yun should be nasa peak state. In order for you to have a complete life nga daw.
And talking about finances, Gerald, eto na.
Yan.
We're introducing a new segment to our program, The Voice of the Teachers, because eto na nga yung palagi natin sinasabi na yung teachers palagi nangangailangan ng pera for I think everybody.
Napaka-noble ng profession, ang hirap ng trabaho nila.
That is true for everyone. That is true for everyone. But this time around, we also make sure that when teachers would be looking for additional sources of income, they do not sacrifice the quality of their services to their student. And so this segment aims to discuss opportunities and possibilities for which teachers may still be able to earn satisfactorily, gain financial independence and comfort, but at the same time carrying out their professions.
Saka walang compromise, diba?
Walang compromise.
Di katulad nung unang panahon, nagkaroon ng negative image ng teachers tapos sa ganyan.
Palaging sinasabi,
nagbebenta ng tosino.
Nilalagay yung tosino doon sa table ng teacher. We don't have that one anymore. Binagbawal na yan ng DepEd, including in the colleges na yung palaging sinasabi na nag-networking, sige, bibili lang ako ng bra kay ma'am kahit lalaki ka para ma-exempt sa examination.
Correct,
We don't have that. We don't believe in that one as well.
So with this segment, you'll be able to learn ideas, no? Business ideas that are not in conflict with your regular teaching job. So it will provide you actually with it will augment your income,
Yes.
di ba? Madadagdagan yung income mo na makakatulong syempre sa family mo. And your host for Sidelines is the owner of and a head office voice technique and performance licensed teacher at the MEDES. Is it MEDES or MEDES?
MEDES.
MEDES. At the MEDES Voice and Arts Academy, Mr. Jeffrey MEDES.
Ayan, mga katropa, magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Tama, no? Yung nakakatuwa kasi business ideas yung ibibigay natin sa mga co-teachers natin, no? At itong mga business ideas na to ay tama, dapat hindi conflict sa kung ano mang yung ginagawa natin bilang isang guro. And at this point, no, ang guest natin ay very special sa akin dahil co-teacher ko siya. No, hindi lang yun, siya rin ay MAPE teacher ng Bagong Bayan National High School sa Taguig. At aside from being a teacher, ay may sasakyan kasi siya. No? Bumili siya ng sasakyan. Tapos,
Sa Grab ba yan?
Oo, yun. Tapos, ginagawa niya itong parang yung pinapadrive niya sa kuya niya para may Grab, no? At least, nagkakaroon ng silbi. Yung sasakyan. Tapos, isa rin siyang national referee ng volleyball. Diba? So, ang dami niyang sideline talaga. At mamaya mag-host pa siya ng wedding pagkatapos ng program natin.
Daming
Tapos,
talent, ha?
siya din ay events director. Actually, dun kami nagkaroon ng magandang pagsasama dahil siya yung nag-overall director ng isa sa mga events sa Taguig, no? Tapos, ako naman yung musical director. Pero siya yung overall in charge. So, pakilala ko na sa inyo. Ang dami ko na nasabi. Ang aking kaibigan, mga katropa, si Sir John Ray Amano.
Hello, magandang hapon.
Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Teacher Bob and Teacher Gerald.
Yes. You look younger in person. Sabi ko nga sa'yo kanina. Mas bata
I'm
ka sa
only
picture.
26 years old.
Oh, yan. Very young, ano? Pero napaka-productive ng buhay, ano?
Actually, I am a graduate of business education. It's just that when I came to public school, I was given an assignment in MAPE. So, since medyo love ko rin ng sports and events, music and arts, so, nag-aral ulit ako ng MAPE major. So yun, medyo naghalo. Pero ngayon, napapakinabangan ko yung kahit na dati kong major.
Is this in senior high school or junior high school?
Junior high school.
Okay.
Okay, sige,
Yun talaga yung purpose na, no? Kung ano yung strength mo talaga. Kung ano yung kaya mong gawin. Yun yung pwede mong i-extend, no? Bilang business opportunity for you as a teacher. Like for example, ako, dahil syempre, 22 years ako sa business ng entertainment, kaya napisipan kong magtayo ng sarili kong training school for singing. No, si Sir naman, dahil graduate pala siya ng business ed, so ang dami niya nang pinasok talaga na business. No, pero very productive. Umaga pa lang hanggang hapon, nasa school siya. No? Paano mo ba sinimulan, Sir, na maisipan na magkaroon ng extra income for yourself?
Actually, as business education major, one of the, tawag dito, objective o yung aming view sa mga bagay-bagay in the world of business, you should not work for money. You let money works for you. Okay? Kaya mas maganda na we invest in businesses. Like for example, actually my original plan is to just buy a car for personal use. Pero medyo hindi siya practical and appropriate sa area kasi medyo traffic at mahal yung gasolina. So I just decided nung nakita ko yung Grab and Uber, actually Uber pa nun dati, nung nawala si Uber tsaka ko Grab. So na less yung expenses, yan, kasi one of the advocacy of financial literacy ni Secretary Briones, di ba? Sa mga teacher, yung financial literacy kasi sobrang dami na ng problema.
So we can see the connection between sidelines and financial literacy.
Yes, of
Because
course.
yun na rin yung isang advocacy ni Secretary Briones that teachers should be financially independent, financially literate, and they should at least enjoy financial comfort.
Correct.
Hindi yung palaging nagpo-problema na lang
Oo.
dahil wala na namang
May
or
difficulty
kulang
in
na
making
naman yung
ends
pera.
meet. Oo.
O, parang sinasabi ng minsan, yung mga teachers daw taga London.
Oo. Mahilig mag-loan. Ano?
Kasi mahilig mag-loan, ganyan. So, pero this time kasi, loan.
Ay, actually, yung paglo-loan, napakaraming business opportunities sa Pilipinas. Yung paglo-loan, kapag maglo-loan kasi minsan yung mga social climbers na hindi man maiiwasan, meron mga teacher na social climber. Pag nag-loan, gasta dito, gasta dyan, bili ng
Feeling
ganito kasi may,
mayaman kasi.
yes, of course, kasi nakapag-loan,
One day millionaire.
yes, ng 100,000. Why not invest to something that you will earn in the
Yeah,
future
correct.
na hindi mo na kailangan magtrabaho? Like for example, noong unang-unang syempre, nag-loan din ako. Noong una, meron kaming taas. So, sa second floor. So, I just decided, since ako lang nagtatrabaho, na ipagawa yung taas at gawin siyang paupahan.
Oh.
Yan. So, kahit di ako magtrabaho, meron akong income para ipang-suporta dun sa family ko.
Nice.
Ang daming tayong opportunities no, na naririnig ngayon. At least, no, maganda rin pala yung may paupahan ka din pala, di ba? So, imagine kung ilang kwarto yon, kung 3,000 a month yung paupa mo, tapos meron ka 5 kwarto, you earn 15,000 a month, di ba? Sa side pa nun, hindi na, nagbabayad yata ng kuryente nun, yung umuupa din, di ba?
Yes.
So, ang laking opportunity for us.
Basta yung mga teacher ay well-versed with regards to financial literacy. Ayan. Actually, I am a writer nung bagong module na ilalabas ng DepEd na ang financial literacy is actually integrated to all subjects from kinder up to senior high school. Kasi in the other countries, financial literacy is already integrated. Kaya yung mga students, when they graduate, they are financially literate.
Okay.
Dito kasi sa Pilipinas, hindi eh.
Oo, hindi nga.
Hindi. Yung halimbawa, for example, in English, you use examples in business context. Kahit na ang topic mo ay paraphrase, verb, nouns, pero ang examples mo ay business context. Nakaka-dagdag ng knowledge doon sa mga bata when it comes to financial literacy.
I think the problem with this program is that hindi siya properly programmed. Programmed in such a manner na merong specific topics or specific learning in each grade level. We might say it's good if we would be able to integrate financial literacy in the grades across the grade levels. But ano yung dapat malaman ng mga bata in this year level, and so on. So there is somehow a disconnect. I don't know right now if meron bang ginawang discussion na dapat when you say i-integrate siya sa different subjects, across the subjects, ang financial literacy. But are there really specific targets or objectives na ina-assign in each grade level so that by the time that they graduate from basic education, naintindihan or equipped talaga ang mga bata with financial literacy?
Actually, merong mga, ang kung tawagin yan ay financial literacy core messages. This is somehow like with the learning competencies na ginagamit ng DepEd na i-integrate across grade levels and different subject discipline.
Is there an individual or is there an officer, an official in the school or maybe in the district that monitors the implementation of this program to ensure na na-integrate talaga siya sa different grade levels?
Actually, para ma-disseminate sa lahat ng schools within or nationwide, gumawa ng DepEd policy on the implementation of financial education or integration ng financial education doon across grade levels.
But I'm asking, is there really somebody who monitors?
Doon sa policy kasi na ilalabas ng DepEd with regards to financial literacy, the principal and the supervisor, the education program supervisors per subject level will be the one to monitor yung integration. Actually, there is an exemplar for the teachers to be guided doon sa integration ng financial literacy sa mga bata.
I'm just hoping that this is really monitored, Gerald, because if there is nobody who's specifically assigned to monitor this could be forgotten. At least in different subject areas, English, Filipino, mathematics. There's really a subject area supervisor that monitors these programs. But for example, if you say gender and development, financial literacy, unless of course you have a point person who really makes sure na na-integrate to, and then at this particular level na reach ba yung discussion or topic sa mga kabataan, we have no way of knowing whether or not tinuturo ba talaga yung financial literacy.
Baka siya, it will be treated as if it's like an ordinary subject. Kung ginagawa sa isang ordinary subject, ganun din sa...
I'm hoping. I'm just
exams,
expressing this opinion because I remember there have been moves towards this end on integrating financial literacy in the subject areas. I remember when I was teaching English in high school, this was more than 10 years ago. This was maybe about 15 years ago, more than that perhaps. There was this book in which it was taught in English. Yung pag-budget.
Okay.
Yung pag-budget. So, makikita mo kaagad na that was one way of integrating financial literacy in English. But if you do not have one person who sees how financial literacy is integrated into the different subjects, mawawalan ng focus or hindi mo talaga ma-assure na i-integrate talaga to, because each subject teacher will only be focusing on his or her subject area.
Or expertise.
Expertise.
Okay.
And speaking of expertise, no? Isa talaga sa mga expertise ni Sir John Ray ang events. Sir, aside from yun nga, meron kang paupahan, tapos pinapag-grab mo yung sasakyan mo. Paano ka nagsimula sa events?
Paano siya napasok sa
Paano
events?
ka napasok?
Ang dami na yun, no? Business major, sports. Actually, I started with hosting debuts, weddings, and then pagdating
stressful na trabaho yun, mag-organize
yes, of course.
sa event.
Oo, sobra. Diba, Sir Jeff? Nararanasan namin yan. Actually, one time, last 2016, before our principal passed away, I created a cultural show in school. So, I invited supervisors, ganyan, and city officials. So, nung napanood nila, medyo nagandahan sila. At nagandahan talaga sila. At binigyan pa nila kami ng cash prize kahit hindi naman contest yun. And doon na nag-start na kinukuha na kami for the events of mayor, DepEd events. Ayan. So, doon ako talaga nagsimulang humawak ng mga event.
Pero paano siya natutunan? Did you have to take a course about it?
Actually, I had a training sa NCCA, National Commission for Culture and the Arts, regarding dances, folk dances. Yes,
okay.
I am knowledgeable with cultural dances. Yan.
Paano punta sa pag-organize ng events?
Ng events. Actually, sa mga bara-barangay, gumagawa na kami ng mga events, contest. Yan, syempre, since part kami ng isang organization sa community, gumagawa kami ng mga events.
I thought, pinag-aralan mo siya.
No. Okay. Actually, meron ngang NC nun for event management.
Oo, alam ko may event
management.
Yes.
Parang NC2 for events management.
Yes.
Ayan, at higit sa lahat, ang maganda pa dito, aside sa sideline mo na ganyan, yung ginagawa mo is passion mo talaga.
Gusto
kaya
niya
hindi
talaga.
nakakapagod. Di ba? Parang, for example, yung pag-conduct ng mga events, since marunong ka sa folk dance, may integration ng lahat ng music, ng colors, lahat ng ganyan. So, parang na-enjoy mo siya. Actually, parang kahit 24 hours kang gising, basta yung ginagawa mo, mahal na mahal mo, parang hindi ka talaga napapagod, no? Yun. Sir, ikaw, kamusta naman yung time na, may time ba na napagod ka na dahil sa dami ng sideline mo?
Actually, nagtuturo pa ako paggabi until 9 p.m. Sa senior high school. Meron kasing mga schools. Kasi I am a business major. So, medyo konti lang nagtuturo ng accounting. So, konti lang kami. So, medyo in demand. So, I just grabbed that. So, pag uwi ko ng bahay, hindi na ako nagtatrabaho. Gusto ko, masarap na yung tulog ko. Wala na akong ibang iniisip. Para at the end of the day, nakapahinga ka na.
What's the qualification? You really have to be a business graduate to be able to teach business education courses.
Yes, of course. And I also have NC3 bookkeeping.
Oo, yun. Tsaka ano kasi, pag sa senior high school, mas maraming industry practitioners na teachers. Because pagdating talaga ng, may mga subjects talaga na yung specialization subjects. No? Like for example, ako, hindi talaga ako graduate ng teaching nung pumasok ako sa senior high school. So naging qualified ako dahil galing ako sa industry. No, 'di ba dati nga akong VP for marketing. So, yung nag-apply ako ng senior high school, ang subject na tinuturo ko na in-applyan ko is marketing business ethics.
Okay.
Yan, so doon ako nilagay. Kasi pero ngayon dahil naka-earn na ako ng 18 units, pumasa na rin ako sa LET. So I can teach na contemporary arts, English, yung gano'n. So ayun. Kasi importante talaga sa senior high school yung may alam ka sa industry Kasi palabas na ng eskwelahan 'tong mga bata na palabas na sila ng eskwelahan. So, gusto na ituro na yung real world sa kanila. Kaya nga may work immersion din, ganyan, no? Kaya, noong una, sideline ko lang dapat yung teaching pero ang sarap pala kasing magturo, no? Lalo na kung talagang nabibigyan mo sila ng learnings, no? Yung ginagawa mo sa loob ng office, pag ginagawa mo na sa loob ng classroom, natuturo mo sa kanila.
Kaya nga sinasabi natin, once you're bitten by the teaching bug, you will forever be infected by it. Hahanap-hanapin mo talaga.
Ganun pala talaga. No? Kaya nga, aside from teaching, kailangan may mga sideline din tayo. Di ba? Para naman nagagawa pa rin natin kung ano yung mga ginagawa natin noon, hindi mo nakakalimutan. At katulad ko ngayon, natuturo pa rin ako ng singing, no? Nag-hosting pa rin ako. Kaya sa mga sideline na yan, ay mas lalo ka nagiging productive, no?
But I think the very reason why it's also good to be able to have industry experience is because teachers are able to those teachers who have industry experience will really be able to relate the lessons to the students from their personal experiences. Kaya nga sabi ng guest speaker natin, resource person natin kanina na iba talaga yung galing ka sa teaching profession and then you go to the industry because the industry is a completely different world. But since we now have a new curriculum in which we now have the senior high school and we invite industry practitioners to teach in the senior high school level, mas maganda na nakikita din ng mga kabataan na yung theory na tinuturo ng mga teachers ninyo, they can also share their personal experiences related to the subject that they're teaching so that yung mga kabataan will be able to have a better appreciation sa mga subjects na natutunan nila, pinag-aaralan nila.
Siya nga pala teacher, John. So how do you manage your schedule in school with your other schedules, sidelines po nyo, without having to feel burned out or deprived?
Actually, before the school year starts, kailangan ma-manage mo na, sabihin, bibigay mo yung available schedule without compromising yung iyong regular schedule in public school. Ayan. So, yun muna yung una mong set aside mo muna yung mga hindi naman kailangang puntahan, gawin para mas magamit mo in more productive ways yung iyong time.
Of course, dahil priority natin yung teaching talaga, no? Kasi yan yung sinumpaan na natin, no? So that's our priority. Kaya pag may nagkasabay, hindi pwedeng i-neglect yung teaching, na ma-compromise yung priority mo talaga yun.
But was there ever a time na na yung wedding or yung whatever event, no? Na gusto niya schedule ng time na may pasok ka?
Ayun, tsaka i-decline mo yung
i-decline
mo yung mga sidelines. Kasi you don't have to compromise yung iyong pinaka-main responsibility.
Yung day job mo talaga, no? Which is teaching.
Sa lahat ng sidelines mo, sir, anong pinaka-favorite mong gawin?
Magturo.
Ayun parang talaga, no?
Magturo talaga.
Actually, parang innate na kasi. Actually, pag pumapasok ako ng classroom, parang pag major mo kasi, parang hindi mo na kailangan, once na alam mo na yung susunod na topic, ituturo at dididis ka. Sa accounting naman kasi it's more on processes Kaya napakadaling ituro.
Grabe, no? Ang dami mong tinuturo. Sa Bagong Bayan National High School, MAPE teacher siya. Pero sa part-time job niya sa gabi as teacher ng senior high school, business naman, accountancy. Buti hindi sa bagay, no? Pa numbers pa din, no?
Sa public school kasi, hindi na ako nag-apply na senior high school sa ABM. Kasi medyo maganda yung track na pupuntahan ko pala sa MAPE. Ayan.
Ayun. At saka nung nasa MAPE ka, nagagawa mo talaga yung sa events nga, katulad niyan, di ba? Ngayon, pinakamagandang mangyayari is mag-handle ka ng NCR palaro, no? Ng event, na isang malaking event, no? Siya yung in charge, siya yung magiging overall in charge na presentation. Tapos ako, kasama ko rin siya, ako kaming pipili ng mga singers naman, no? Sa buong Taguig. Yeah. So, yan ang actually buong NCR yung event, pero host kasi tayo, no? Host yung Taguig City. So kami yung na-assign para gawin yung presentation, no? At si Sir yung overall in charge.
What made you venture just sa iba't ibang mga income opportunities na yan? Nandun ka rin, same experience ka rin ba ibang teachers na medyo nahihirapan na to make both ends meet, ganyan?
Actually, nung pagpasok ko ng public, pagka tumataas kasi yung sweldo, nag-iiba yung lifestyle ng tao.
Kahit saan yata yan?
Kahit
saan yata?
Nag-iiba. Pati sa mga kasama mo, pag may nakita ka, iba din. So, kung yung sahod ng teacher, kung gugustuhin mo yung lifestyle ng ibang tao, hindi talaga kasya. At saka kung ikaw ay business-minded, ang pinaka-perspective mo is to invest. Yan. Kaya, yun talaga ang gusto ko. Invest. Kaya, until now, nagpa-part-time pa rin ako. 26 years old pa lang naman ako eh. Kaya, kayang-kaya pa.
Bata pa, no? Pero,
kaya, pinipilit kong mag-invest para in the near future, maano ko yung perspektibo ko na the money should work for me.
For you,
Which brings us to this question. By the way, nakikinig sa atin si Teacher Angeline, all the way from Indonesia. Nakikinig din sa atin si Dr. Rizal Vidalio. And he's
Hi, Doc Rizal.
He's sending his greetings. Hello din sa ating lahat from DepEd Cavite. And he's asking, paano ba makabili ng car ang isang teacher if a teacher receives this salary coming from the government? How would a teacher be able to afford buying a car para naman maka-get into this kind of business?
Actually, hindi ko sinimulan yun sa kotse. Sinimulan ko muna mag-invest sa ibang bagay na hindi nagdi-depreciate. Instead, yung sa paupahan niya.
Okay.
Kasi yung bahay naman, hindi naman nagbumababa ang value nun. The more na nagde-develop ang isang area, the more na tumataas ang isang value.
It's the lot does not.
It's
the lot that does not depreciate. But the building itself depreciates.
Sa ibang 50
pero
years lang.
The cost of yung rental fees nag-iiba as long as nagde-develop yung area. Yan. So doon ko na nag-appreciate din yung fees nung pagpaparenta.
Business talaga to Gerald because naalala ko yung depreciation. I took up accountancy when I was in first year, in the first year college, and then that was one of the lessons that we were taught na yung depreciation, you have the straight line depreciation, you also have the yung iba-ibang parang staggered yung depreciation niya. So depending on which model you're going to be following. But I remember, yun na nga, specifically, they would say that it's the real estate that does not depreciate.
Yeah, yung lote talaga.
Yung lote talaga. But of course, kung yung rental business, totoo din yun. Hindi bumababa. All the time nag-a-appreciate siya. Yes, that's correct.
Area.
Tapos lalo pag naging ano pa yan.
Nag-ipon ako. Ayan. Tsaka ako na-decide na, why not give me a gift? Parang ng mga pinagpaguran ko. Bibili akong kotse for personal use. Kaso nga lang, hindi siya practical sa mga kakalsadahan dito sa Metro Manila because of the heavy traffic. The biggest problem of the Metro Manila actually. Kaya yung expenses masyadong hindi pa nga triple, parang 10 times yung expenses pagka gumamit ka ng kotse for personal use, tapos yung sweldo mo ay ganun lang.
Correct.
Yan.
And then aside from that one, kung ipapark mo pa, magbabayad ka pa ng parking.
Yes.
Maintenance.
So, Sir John, in your case, does somebody do the driving for you sa Grab? Or?
Yes, oo. Yung
Okay.
kapatid ko sa isa, yung isa naman ay pinsan namin.
Ay, hindi lang isa pala.
Oo
Marami.
nga.
Actually, meron kaming hati dun sa isa.
Okay.
Sa kita ko.
So yun talaga na when you have the capital, you can also invest in other kinds of business.
Correct.
You just have to be entrepreneurial.
Yes. At lalo ako mabibilib naman dito pag siya pa yung nag-drive nun. Grabe, dahil mo nang ginagawa. O yan.
Nakakatuwa, no?
I ask nga po pala, how do you manage the flow of your income without having to like get a portion for your personal expenses? Instead, you pay yourself a salary first.
Actually, meron akong formula dyan eh. Ano muna, income minus savings is equals your expense.
Income minus
Kasi ang
savings.
nangyayari sa mga Pilipino ngayon, income minus expense, and that is your savings.
Kung may matitira.
Paano kung walang matitira, di walang savings.
Correct.
And that's actually the theme with but the advice, the common advice of most of the financial literacy advocates na na-invite natin. Na when you receive your income, when you receive your salary, first and foremost, i-separate mo na yung savings mo.
Yes.
Instead of just waiting for kung ano yung matitira.
Yeah.
You already separate, you already appropriate your savings, which you are going to be using for future use or for further investment, compared to uunahin mo yung expenses mo. Actually, I'm still guilty of that one even until now.
Ako rin, nangyayari sa akin yan. Pero tama nga talaga, no? Dapat mauna muna tanggalin mo from your income is your savings. No? Correct.
Okay, so ang dami natin natutunan this afternoon,
Naman,
Gerald, katropang Gerald.
Katropang Bobby.
And I'm hoping that all of these discussions and all of these topics will be able to help us fulfill the goals of teaching as a noble profession here in the Philippines. Kasi sabi nga natin earlier, teaching, aside from being the noblest profession, it's also a very, very important tool, important instrument of the government in nation building, in instilling patriotism, in developing nationalism among the younger generation. And aside from that one, hindi lang sa mga kabataan tinuturo yung nationalism, yung patriotism, but also to everyone else.
Yeah.
Because as we have learned, learning is a lifelong process.
Yeah.
It's not something that's that only happens within the four corners of the classroom. In fact, ito nga itong discussion natin ngayon,
we learned something.
And we're very, very happy again that the AFP has provided us with a platform for teachers to be able to share their knowledge, to be able to share their thoughts, and also discuss issues related to the teaching and learning process. So we only have 4 more minutes to go before we go, and so we would like to thank again our resource person, Sir John. Thank you very much.
And of course, kanina, sila Mr. and Mrs. Baryon.
Yes.
From
Now,
Great Learnings and Beyond.
Now, before we go, I would like to greet a friend of mine, si Kuyang Erwin Torio, who celebrated his birthday yesterday.
Okay.
And I would also like to greet yung good friend mo, si
Sino?
Kuyang JB Liklikan.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oo.
And also the Camp Aguinaldo Sojourners Club.
Oo. Fellow Aquinian ko yan, si JB Liklikan. O, musta na? Mag-reunion naman tayo minsan.
Ikaw raw yung mahirap hanapin eh.
Puro inuman kasi.
Okay. Teacher Jeffrey, do you have any invitations, any greetings that you would like to make before we close?
Ayun lang, yun. Sa lahat ng gustong matutong kumanta, ayan. You may visit the Voice and Arts Academy, ayan, or text 0923-725-1885. Babatiin ko lang yung mama ko nakikinig at nanonood sa ang ate ko, mga brother ko, Tita Ason, sa lahat. Bagong Bayan National High School, salamat.
We would also like to thank si Teacher Angelina, who is listening to us right now, si Sir Paul Juan Apolinario C. Reyes, who is also monitoring our show. this
Si ano,
afternoon.
Angeline, no?
Yes, si Angeline, and then si Dr. Rizal Vidalio, who's going to be with us next week, sabi niya. And we also have, eto, I'm quite sure si Teacher Jeffrey knows this person, si Marie Medes Lavin. Your sister?
Sister ka, sister.
Yes. She's also monitoring
Thank you for
our show
watching.
this afternoon. Si Georgie Rapsing.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Your friend.
Okay.
And
Good afternoon po. So, si Katropang Jamer Espiritu na naging guest natin dati, he's inviting everyone to his Values Enhancement and Managing Schools Seminar this coming September 7th, 2018. So, it's 3,000 per seat, and for more details, ipopost ko po itong kanyang e-poster sa Voice of the Teachers Multimedia para po sa benefit ninyo.
Although I would like to greet the branch head of Standard Insurance La Union branch. She's watching right now, Miss Sonia Manyalak. Hello.
Hello nga pala sa aking mga ABM students, Bagong Bayan National High School and Amape Department.
si Miss Gina Condesa is also watching us. Thank you very much. And also si Miss Glenda Medes Villanueva.
Sister.
Your sister also.
Yes,
Full force talaga yung
Oo,
sumusunod
diba?
sa'yo
Full
dito,
support,
Tito.
ano? Nakakatawa.
And so,
And syempre, yung mga aming more than 1,400 employees sa Standard Insurance. Lahat talaga ginrit, ano?
I'm enjoying our show this afternoon, Trainer Gerald.
Yes, me
Katropang
too.
Gerald.
Dami natin natutunan na naman, as usual.
Teacher Jet, do you also have anything else to announce?
Wala naman po, pero sana po, yung pag-share po namin yung mga DepEd and CHED updates, please share it with your fellow teachers so that they would be able to be in the know, and at the same time, magiging updated sila sa mga polisiya ng parehong kagawaran. That's it.
Di ba meron kang indie actor na whom you would like to greet?
Ah, yes. I forgot his name. Sige. Oo. Ano? What's his name?
Lance Raimundo, brother of Randy
yes.
Raimundo.
Yes. Yes. Hi,
He's
Lance.
an actor.
Yes,
He's an actor.
Meron pa isa eh. Sige.
Singer also.
Babawi ako sa iyo sa next show namin. Sige.
Okay, so in behalf of Dr. Ray Samson, this is Teacher Bobby.
This is Trainer Gerald.
Teacher Jet.
And I'm Teacher Jeff.
And
this
we
is
are
the
Voice of the Teachers.
Ito ang DWWD 1134
Okay, thank you very much.
kilohertz. Balita, impormasyon at musika. AM at FM pinagsama. Ito ang Katropa Radio. Iba tayo.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa 1134 kilohertz. DWDD Katropa Radio.